The role of Wyndemere is now being played by this fake Wyndemere. Alright guys, how you guys doing today? It's General Hospital Lovers, and I got a good video for you guys today. We're gonna be doing a weekly review. Yeah, we can call it a weekly review. Let me know if you guys enjoy this content, and I'll continue to make more videos. So first off, starting off the week, we got Jocelyn. Okay, we got Super Spy Jocelyn, and of course, Jocelyn needs some help. She doesn't know what to do, so she goes ahead and she calls the one person she knows to call for help. Brick. Yeah, I was confused too, but whatever. She calls Brick for some help, and Brick comes over and she starts asking him some weird questions on how to take down a power grid, how to take out the power. So yeah, she goes and asks Brick for all this information, and Brick is like, "What the hell are you talking about?" and doesn't want to tell her how to do any of this. But of course, Jocelyn convinces him to tell him, and next thing you know, we see Super Spy Jocelyn pulling up on Wyndemere, New Wyndemere, whatever this is, Wyndemere Island. So Jocelyn appears on the island with what looks like, I don't know, a C4 from Call of Duty. I don't know what it was. It was a booming device. That's all I gotta say. Thank you, YouTube. But yeah, so Jocelyn goes and blows up the power grid on the island, and everybody in this fake castle decides to retreat to the mainland. So of course, Jocelyn enters the castle, the Cassadine Castle that looks like a White House, and for some reason, everybody left except one person. Can you guess who this person was? It was the weird old guy that I guess is working with Sigwell, and he's also working with Brennan. I don't know if he's betraying Brennan. I don't know if he's betraying Sigwell. I don't really know what's going on. But yeah, for some reason, he stayed behind to guard the island. And instead of Josh knocking him out, I don't know, hitting him with some sleeping gas, anything, she just goes and runs straight into his direction, screaming, "Uncle, Uncle!" And yeah, I don't know. I thought it was dumb. So, anyways, they start talking, and the guy is, getting suspicious of her. So the weird guy goes to check the rooms for damages or something, and Jocelyn decides to look into his personal belongings, and she finds a book that has Anna's face on it. Then she proceeds to take the book and starts reading it. Next on, we have the famous Britt and Jason couple. I love this couple. I hate this couple. They love each other. They hate each other. It's a back and forth relationship. And I hate how they do this with every single relationship. They go, they're talking, they're happy. Next thing you know, they're unhappy. Then they're happy. Anyways, so next up, we have Britt and Jason. Britt calls Carly to tell Carly that she's moving out the apartment. So Carly comes and meets her at Bobby's, and Britt and Carly start talking, and of course, Britt starts rage baiting Carly, trying to make her flip out on her, trying to make Carly seem like the bad person in front of Jason so that she can pull off this scheme of trying to, I guess, separate with Jason because the weird guy that Jocelyn is talking to in the Wyndemere Castle is gonna try to lock her up in the laboratory, and she's gonna go and finish Faison's work. So, anyways, I guess it works. Britt tells Jason to never talk to her again, to stay away from her, talking about restraining orders. I don't know what they're talking about. This is the usual Brit and Jason stuff. So after this, Brit leaves Bobby's and she goes to the hospital where she meets up with Lucas. So Brit asks Lucas if she can leave early and if he can go and check on her patients for her. So she appears at Wyndemere to meet up with Marco and they start talking about working in the lab to finish Faison's work. Britt starts complaining about how there's no safety precautions in the laboratory, and Marco agrees to let her go for now while they go and do the necessary things they need to do in the lab for her. But you already know this is the show, General Hospital. So as soon as Britt appears, she's not even there 5 minutes, and next thing you know, Lucas shows up to his home and sees Britt in his home after she asked him to cover her shift. So he asks her, what is she doing there? And they make up some bull about she has to do a appointment for Marco and check him up or something. I don't know. Whatever. You know, this is General Hospital, of course. So the power goes out and they all decide to leave the island of Wyndemere. Like I said, except for the old weird guy. So when Britt goes to leave, Sigwell insists that he's gonna walk her out to the deck. So he goes and he goes to walk her out. They exchange some words, and that's the end of it. So the last thing we see is Britt walking away from Sigwell, and next thing you know, we see Jason carrying Britt into a home. I don't know, carrying her like Superman or something. And they're all wet, they're all soaked, and I don't really know what's going on. So next up, we got Charlotte. Charlotte is at the Metro Court with her mom, and she says she has to use the bathroom. And next thing you know, she overhears Brennan talking to Nina. Now, what are they talking about? They're talking about how Nina is going to betray Valentine for information on Charlotte. Charlotte discovers this new info, and with this, she decides to take it into her own hands and run away without Lulu noticing her. So then Lulu and Carly are sitting here talking at the table, and Lulu realizes it's been like 10, 15 minutes since Charlotte went to the bathroom, and she's nowhere to be found. So she starts freaking out, of course, like, every other good mother, and is wondering where's her daughter. Charlotte then appears at the Quartermains and she's looking for Danny. She wants to go with Danny and ride the horses through the snow like a crazy person to go meet up with her father and let her know the new information she found. Now Danny is letting her know that this is not a good idea because he has a good head on his shoulders. They then decide to go to Michael's house while it's abandoned and they stay together in the storm, chilling in the house. Now, Valentine, you already know Carly is harboring. Oh, now, Valentine, you already know Carly is harboring a fugitive and she deserves to go to jail. Nah, I'm just playing. So, yeah, next up we got Carly and Valentine. Carly tells Valentine that Charlotte's missing, and you already know Valentine is ready to put on a jacket and go into this crazy storm and look for his daughter. But Carly tries to stop him. So it doesn't work. Valentine still goes out. He goes to look for his daughter in the storm, but he doesn't get very far. He ends up coming back, and when he comes back, he notices that Carly has her jacket and gloves on, and she was ready to go out in the storm. Now, to go out in the storm for what? To risk her life to try to save Valentine from going out in the storm and risking his life to save Charlotte. Isn't that crazy? So yeah, Valentine notices this, and you already know we're about to have what can we call it? Valentine and Carly Calentine. Are you Team Calentine? I'm just joking, guys. But I don't know. Who knows? Maybe Carly and Valentine will end up getting together. This is a storm. Everybody seems like they're falling in love with each other. So who knows what will happen. But next thing you know, we hear a knock on the door. Now, mind you, there's a snowstorm. So who could it be? Well, it's none other than Brennan. Now, I don't know how Brennan didn't see Valentine sitting at the table because it looks like a clear shot from the door. But I guess he doesn't see him. Valentine runs away, and then Carly goes to let him in. Now, remember, guys, Carly and Valentine were about to have some drinks. So there's two cups in at the table, and Carly forgets to take them away. Brennan sits down and sees the two cups, and he asks. Now, Brennan sits down, sees the two cups, and asks Carly, why is there two cups of liquor? Now, Carly's the best con in the world, so she makes up some bullshit about Jason coming, and she made a drink for him, but he didn't come because of the storm, and she would have told him not to come too if he let her know that he was coming by. Okay, next up, we got Tracy. Now, Tracy is on a mission right now. She sees Drew's in the hospital. He had a heart attack. He not coming back. So she sees it as her opportunity to go to Drew's house and get all her family heirlooms back. Now she arrives at Drew's house, so she enters the premises using the key that she got from Scout. Now, how did she get it from Scout? I don't know. I'm pretty sure she stole it from her, but yeah, that's crazy. So she enters the house, and of course, who's in here? It's not Drew. It's not Willow. Who could it be? Ding, ding, ding. It's Martin. Kentucky Fried Martin. So yeah, Martin comes, starts talking about he has every right to shoot her because she's trespassing. And then Tracy comes and calls Martin a squatter. And yeah, I was dead when I heard this one. Immediately, they start fighting like an old married couple. They might as well be an old married couple at this point. And yeah, Martin's not letting her take her stuff back. Now, I'm not gonna lie, guys. To me, it seems like they're about to get together. It seems like Martin and Tracy is starting to fall in love. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Now, next up, we got Gio and Emma. All I gotta say is next. Then we got Cody and Molly. Next. Then we got Lulu and Nathan. Now, I don't really got much to say about these two. Only thing I gotta say is, right? Nathan said how he's always wanted to kiss Lulu, which is very weird because didn't Nathan die when he was still married to Maxie? So doesn't that mean that Nathan wanted to kiss Lulu when he was married to Maxie? So yeah, I think that's pretty weird. But let me know what you guys think. Okay, now last but not least, we got Anna. We know Anna, she got kidnapped by Sigwell, and she is locked at the bottom of Wyndemere. The Wyndemere, the one that's not a castle, even though it's supposed to be a scary castle, and it doesn't have any of the catacombs. Know what I mean? I don't know. But yeah, she's stuck in Wyndemere, kidnapped, and she's unconscious. Now she wakes up and she hears someone talking through the speaker. And of course, who is it? It's Faison talking through the speakers. Now, none of this is making sense. First, we got Britt. Then we got, what's his name again? Nathan. And now we got Faison coming back too. We got 3 people coming back from the dead. Oh, and we can't forget Peter also. Even Peter's back. Now, do you guys really think Peter was alive or not? I have a feeling that she was hallucinating about Peter, but I don't think she was hallucinating about Faison when he walks in through the door. This scene right here. So yeah, guys, do you guys really think that that was the real Faison? He's back from the dead and he's ready to mess with the whole world? Do you really think Faison's alive? Let me know in the comments down below. So yeah, it was a pretty crazy week of General Hospital, and I'm enjoying it. There's some parts that are not the best, but I'm still enjoying it. So let me know if you guys enjoyed this week of General Hospital, and don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, General Hospital lovers, and I will see you guys next time.